2. Feel a little bit like Delia Smith at the moment, doing a little cookery demonstration. What I'm going to do now, I'll take the cling film off here. On Saturday I made caramel, chewy, sticky caramel. Today is a friend's birthday, she's 11, and a week's time is another friend's birthday, he's going to be 8. These people like sweets. I also like sweets. So I'll put that back on. What I'm going to do is tell you about the reason why I felt like making sweets. 22, 11, 2 centimetres. Yeah, it's going to be big enough. So, you know how when you're, trawling around the YouTube channels and you find random things? Well, for a little while I've been following a sweet making channel called Hercules Candy. It's American, so they're sweets, but they're candies. Anyway, what a great channel. I really, really enjoy it. It's a family of mum and dad, and then their son Craig does the filming just on his phone or whatever. It's not like sort of super quality filming. It's just really, really friendly. And Steve and Terry, and mum and dad, make fantastic chocolates and hard candies and all sorts. I don't want to put that on there really. I'll put it on the cling film. I want to, although probably by the end of doing this I won't be worrying about that. Anyway, they're based in New York State, somewhere called Syracuse. I don't know how you pronounce it properly. Anyway, there they are, and they're just in an ordinary house, and the workshop, the candy making workshop is in the basement. Looks a mess actually. I think I've heard the odd time they're talking about moving to new premises. I hope they do, because there'll be an opportunity to have a really good clean out. Because of course, when you work in a small space, I know this one, you fill it up. And so, yeah, it's very hard to keep tidy. I'm not having a go at you, Hercules Candy. So, anyway, I've been watching them, and they have a lot of fun, and they have mum and dad, and Craig and his twin sister sometimes pops up, and then Max, who's the guy who works for them, who I think is a friend of Craig's from school. Anyway, you're getting the idea. It's a really family-friendly kind of channel. I like it. It's great. And so I've been watching Steve do all the make the chocolate covered things, and I thought, go on, how hard can it be? I'm going to have a go. Very hard, I'm sure. I made the candy on, no, it's not candy, that's what you guys make. I made the caramel on Saturday. That was good fun. I've got the chocolate here. I've also got this thing, which is a laser thermometer, so that I can do the tempering of the chocolate. I hope I can anyway. So this is just an experiment to see if I can make chocolate covered caramels. Because I've never done that before, and you know how I like making things that I've never done before. So this is going to take a long time to cut because it's really quite stiff, but it's cutting beautifully. So there we go. Oh, it's lovely. It's cutting just great. I think maybe I need a sharper knife. I know this knife looks like it could do a lot of damage, but it's actually not very sharp. In fact, it's quite blunt. So that might be my problem. Okay, so I'm going to cut this into little tiny pieces because it's pretty rich, and you don't want a lot of it. I'm going to cut it into 2 centimetre squares, and that's going to take me a long time. So I'm going to do that and then get back to you. Okay then, so I've cut the caramel up into tiny pieces. Look, they're quite small, aren't they? They're still pretty big mouthful, and they'll be even bigger when I've got chocolate on them, but that's what we're doing. So the caramel's been cut into small pieces, and the next job is to cut the chocolate up. Now when Hercules Candy do this, they've got a lot more chocolate, obviously, big blocks of chocolate. But this is £5 worth of chocolate. It's as much as I was prepared to pay. And they have a big pad of the wrappers that the chocolate comes in, so that they can use that as a cushion to cut it on. Very clever. So I'm going to cut it up now into small pieces. My challenge is not to eat any as I'm going along, because I like chocolate, which is why I'm messing about covering them with chocolate in the first place. So I'm covering this up. No, I'm not. I'm cutting this up with my little knife here, and I'm going to put it in here, because this is going to be my equivalent of the double boiler that they use. And you know, my temptation is now to put it on the stove, but actually Steve says just put it in over a kettle of hot water from the tap. So as this is a Hercules Candy tribute video, I'm going to do exactly that. Get the temperature to what's the temperature got to be? I can't remember. I'll have to watch that video again before I test it. Anyway, at the moment all I'm doing is cutting up the chocolate, Hercules Candy Style. You guys. I'm going to put it in this metal bowl, which will conduct the heat nicely. And I'm not going to eat any. I haven't eaten any caramel yet. I'm not going to eat any chocolate either. Okay, so I'm now going to put that over a kettle pan of hot water. See what happens next. Well, with a mounting sense of anticipation, I've got my little setup here. Now, the chocolate is maybe a tiny bit too warm yet, but one of the reasons why I thought I could do this when I was watching the Hercules Candy tribe doing it was because I have this piece of marble. It's not massive, but they use marble to make their chocolate puddle, and so I'm thinking that I might have a go at making a chocolate puddle, covering my caramels with it, put them on here. I won't be able to do it like you guys, but I'm going to give it a try. Okay, I've got my knife ready. I'm not putting gloves on because these are just for us to eat. Now then, this is a little bit exciting, but let's just go. What's the worst that can happen? I don't really know. Let's try. One of the important things is not to get water in your melted chocolate, because that will cause it to seize. So I'm going to pour my chocolate puddle out. Oh my god. No going back now. And then I'm meant to get in there and sort of smoosh it around. Okay, let's just do it. Ah, I see. Okay, that's kind of cool. It's actually quite warm. So I'm going to do exactly what you guys do, and I'm going to Now my problem is that I use centigrade, you use in Fahrenheit, so oh, it cools down really quickly, doesn't it? So I'm challenged now by using centigrade, Fahrenheit, inches, centimetres. Feels great. I might just do this for the rest of the morning. Okay, so I'm getting a sense of it cooling. It's coolish now. Let's see what that is now. Well, for information, that's 81 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's go for our first chocolate covering. And then the bit I'm not sure about is, whoa, was that a bit thin? I don't know, it's covered with chocolate, so I get a feeling I'm going to have a lot of chocolate left. I can't do that twist thing that you do, Steve. That's a heap of fun. A little bit messier, I think, than you guys do. So one of the things I enjoy about, I mean, many things, but one of them is that I enjoy Craig. He says to his mum or his dad or Karen or Max or someone, so have you got any tips or tricks for people who want to try this at home? And it might be something like, you know, opening a box or weighing something. And so, what are the tips and tricks for this? So the tips and tricks for this one are, I don't know if I'm doing it right. It's kind of fun though. Now, one of the things that Hercules make, which I'm going to try, is maraschino cherries covered in chocolate. They look really easy. Now that I'm finding this a piece of cake. Actually, what if this cools down too much? What do I do then? Do I just go faster? Go faster. That's what I do. Go faster, Kate, go faster. Or put it back on the stove for a couple of minutes, because they still, they have their chocolate in the kettle of water. That's a stupid thing that I haven't done. I've got, my water's over there. This is the problem of not having anyone here to help me. It's just me. It's just me. I've shut the cats out. All the cats are all in the sitting room because this and cats is not conducive, I don't think. It's fun though. Heaps of fun. I'm sure. Is this strictly speaking necessary? Couldn't I just? I suppose it is, isn't it? How long have you guys been making candies? Thousands of years. You've done this a lot, haven't you? Anyway, guys, I'm probably going to cut this because you don't want to watch me doing this all morning. So it's later that same day and I finished covering the caramels with chocolate. Here's a few of them here. I put these in little paper cups. Here they are. But I put quite a few of them in bags like this because these are the ones that are going to be the gifts for people. And these ones you can see, I covered them, I like sweeties, in this stuff. This is great stuff. It's foil on one side, but it's parchment on the other. So this was the side that went against the chocolate, and then it was really easy to. I think they look like proper sweets when they're like that. So I made quite a lot. Those are for Nancy for her birthday. She's 11 today. These are for Isaac, who will be 7, not 8, in a week's time. And then there's all these. So if you're passing, they are tasty. And you know, I've eaten one because they're really very rich. And I didn't want to make them because I want to eat them. I wanted to make them to see if I could. So I've had one. The caramel's really, really chewy and delicious because I made it with cream and butter and brown sugar and some really nice ingredients, vanilla, some nice things in there. So these are good caramels. I like them. I'm probably not going to do them again. I ran into a few problems. When you're a chocolate maker like Hercules Candy are, you can scrape the puddle off your marble and stick it back in the melter and reuse that chocolate. Whereas I found that there was a lot of chocolate had solidified on my piece of marble. So what I ended up doing was I scraped that off, put it back into the pan and just gently warmed it through again. And then there were a few caramels left and I covered those with a fork in a pan. I haven't got a video of that. But so they all got covered in the end. But so your day job's safe, guys. I'm not going to be setting up in competition here in Northumberland as a candy maker. But I really did want to have a try. And huge respect to you guys. It's hard work what you do there day in, day out. Very long days. And if the postage to the UK wasn't so expensive, I would buy from you all the time. But for now, I've made my own. As I say though, I probably won't be doing that again. I did have a lovely time though, and I have now got some really nice gifts to give to people. So Hercules Candies have got someone called Karen who does the packaging. She's a bit of a psychopath. You have to go to the channel and find out what I mean by that. It's true, she is. So, sorry Karen, you're probably really very nice, but slightly violent. Let's say that. I had a lovely evening tonight. My friend Sue came for supper and she brought me this, which is so cool for this channel being all tied in with moon days. Because look, it's the 2018 moon phases calendar on a tea towel. Oh, this is my new favourite thing. Isn't it gorgeous? I love it. Thank you, Sue. So, it's the new moon. The chocolate is dark and delicious, like the sky's going to be when there's no moon at all in the sky visible. I hope you like the little introduction that I did at the beginning. Oh my God, that took me a long time to make, but I did have a lot of fun making it. And I am really, really enjoying making these little videos. Now that I've discovered iMovie and I can do the editing, sky's the limit now, guys. Anyway, thank you very much for watching all of this candy making video. And I'll put a link to Hercules Candy in the description below because they're definitely well worth a visit. Tell them I sent you. Take care. Bye, everyone.